Hi everyone and welcome to Let's Try Planetbase. So, Planetbase is a game where you build a base on a planet. I bet you didn't see that one coming, did you? It's basically a base management game. And it's coming out on October the 16th. So, we're going to check it out. I already played the tutorial, which is pretty basic. It only really shows you the survival basics, how to not die terribly before you can even get started properly. We're going to play an actual proper game. So, when you start a new game, there are 3 planets to choose from, but you can't really choose them initially. You first have to unlock the challenging and overwhelming planet by unlocking the milestones, which obviously makes sense. You don't want to jump into challenging or overwhelming before even knowing how the game actually works. So these milestones range from survival through self-sufficiency all the way to consolidation. So, you can also pick your landing site, but I'm not convinced it actually matters. Maybe it does, but it's really hard to tell, especially on a desert planet. Anyway, our base is going to be called Base Marbs, because why not? We got high amount of light, high atmosphere density, which matters for solar panels and wind turbines. We have a high risk of a sandstorm. We have low risk of a solar flare and low meteor risk. So, let's get started. So, when you first start a game, you go through this landing animation, which can't be skipped, by the way. I can't even speed it up, but I can speed up the game itself. It's not really a big deal, but if you like to start new games a lot, better get used to this. So, these are our colonists. The people we start with. We'll also get 2 robots, which will construct things for us. Wait, what? What was that supposed to be? A meteor almost hit us. Okay, well, that was interesting. Also, the map actually seems to be the same if you pick the same exact location, which was, in this case, 25 south, 94 west. Anyway, I won't be messing around too much on the first day because we need to get some basics up before nighttime. First of all, there are 2 different types of structures. There are interior structures and exterior structures, which are exactly what you might imagine they are. It will be a little bit more obvious once we actually start building. So first of all, we need an airlock and we need an oxygen generator. Now, structures come in 2 different sizes. So I can build a small oxygen generator, or I can spend more resources and build a bigger one. We'll go with a small one for now. So, small one, and we are also going to need power. And we are going to need a water extractor, but one step at a time. We'll build a solar panel to the left, for example. Oh yeah, first of all, we need to connect the oxygen generator with the airlock. So that's what we'll do. We can also recycle our colony ship to get resources, but we can do that at any time we want. There's no huge rush to do it right at the start. There's also no reason not to do it at the start. You can do it anytime you want. Anyway, let's get some power up and running. The solar panel comes in 3 different sizes: small, medium and large, like so. I think small one will be okay. Yeah, I think small one will be okay for now. I'm not going to tell you anything about actually optimizing the base building, because I've not played a whole lot. This is really the first proper game I play other than the tutorial. So I'm just getting the basic structures up. Next up, we need a power collector, like so. Let's wait for the solar panel first. We need to connect it with the airlock. And we can also get a power collector now. Or can we? I guess we have to finish this first. There, it's done. You can speed the game up to ×4 speed. Yes, we know the airlock is out of power. Tell us something new. We'll build a wind turbine because we'll need that during the night. Like so. Connect it, and we need a power collector to actually store power. We can build a slightly bigger one, I suppose. Alright. That will do. Connected. Yep, that will do. Alright. Let's finish these things first. We also need a water extractor. So, somewhere around here. We can build a medium one if we want to. I think a small one will be enough. Somewhere this way, maybe? That seems reasonable. We'll need some space for interior structures in this area, so we can build it like so. Alright, let's finish these things first. Now, we're going to need quite a lot of interior structures, as you might imagine, and there are quite a few. First of all, we need a place to sleep, and we need something to eat, so we're going to need a canteen. We can build a canteen somewhere around here. We can build a medium one, but a small one will do. Also, some structures can only be connected to one other structure. For example, a dorm can only have one interior connection, which is pretty important when actually planning a base. But anyway, let's get that canteen up and running. Apparently we can build it this way. The airlock. Okay, let's try again. And it's almost nighttime already, which is why I didn't want to waste too much time. Why can we not connect it to the airlock? Alright, we'll build it like this, that's fine. And we're going to need... Wait, hold on. How many connections can the airlock have? Oh yeah, the airlock can only have one interior connection, right. So, we are also going to need a biodome, which will allow us to grow vegetables and plants. So that, you know, we actually have something to eat. I might build a bigger one, because the biodome has a lot of useful things that you can grow in it. Which means we might want a bigger one. On the other hand, I don't want to waste too many resources, but we can build a medium one in this case, and build connections like so, and speed up. We can also press tab to see what's going on inside. We can zoom in a bit, and you can speed the game up to ×4 speed. That's exactly what we're doing right now. We need to finish things faster. And we can build a dorm somewhere this way, because there's a mountain this way. So we won't be building a whole lot in this general direction. Seems like a reasonable enough idea. Connect it. Now, we're not quite done with these structures just yet, because once we finish building them, we'll need things inside. But we'll go into that once the construction is finished. The canteen is almost done. Come on. There we go, the canteen is done. So now, if we click on the canteen and then click up here, that will allow us to build things inside the actual canteen. So, there are a few things that we need in here. We're going to need some tables. So we can get a table for up to 4 colonists. We're going to need a meal maker to, you know, actually make food. A drinking fountain, like so. We can get a video screen for some entertainment, why not? And we can get a nice plant, because why not? And that will do. We could build one more table, but this is enough. Now, how are the other structures? Biodome. Finish that faster, thanks. Alright, and now, there are a lot of things that we can grow inside the biodome. And there's more than one reason to grow them. So you don't just need food. You also need starch to produce bioplastic. We don't really have to worry about that right now. So let's just get the basic food. Now, there are different types of food. Some is fast to produce, but requires a lot of maintenance. Some grows slowly, but requires very little maintenance. I think we'll get some low maintenance food. So we can get a mushroom pod. We can also get a medicinal pod, but that's not something we really have to worry about right now. Let's get a mushroom pod like so. High maintenance, high maintenance. We can get onion pod. And let's get one high maintenance food. Alright, that will do for now. Survival reached. That's the first milestone, which isn't very hard to achieve. You just need to survive for one day. One day after landing, your people are still alive. To be fair, it's pretty damn hard to die in one day. That would be impressive. Actually dying on the first day, I'm not even sure if it's possible at all, at least not on this planet. Anyway, a dorm required some beds, as you might have guessed. So we'll build 2 beds for now, that's going to be enough. At first, we can always build more later. The wind turbine isn't actually doing a whole lot. We could build more. Let's salvage the colony ship. So recycle, that gives us some additional resources. Now, we're going to need a mine, because we need a way to actually get our own metal. And we need a mine for that. Right here. So that is an exterior structure connected to the wind turbine. And other than a mine, we are also going to need a processing plant. Right here. So this can process raw resources into usable materials. And since we can't connect it to the airlock, we can connect it like this. That seems reasonable. Like so. Eventually, we'll want more than one airlock. But not yet. We'll get more eventually, once our base gets bigger. We can prioritize work in certain structures, but there's no need to do that right now. The one thing to really watch is power, because power is required for everything. If you run out of power, you are kind of screwed. There are some base management screens. So for example, we have some charts, but more importantly, we have this screen right here. This one is pretty important, because it shows you power, water and oxygen. You need to keep an eye on that. And you can go here with F4. Other than that, there is a quick save. We can toggle tops with tab. There's also help. There's quite a lot of help, in fact. You can check all kinds of structures. You can check items that can be placed inside of structures, like the meal maker, for example. There's even a list of recipes in the meal maker. What exactly can be made with what kind of food. I think we had mushrooms, tomatoes and onions. Let's see, mushrooms aren't super useful from what I can see already. We might want to replace that with radishes, for example. Okay, let's have a look then. We did have, yeah, mushrooms, tomatoes and onions. So can we remove this? Yes, we can. Probably not great to start with removing things already, but yeah, let's replace that. We got the processing plant. Let's check that out real quick. Just waiting for the connection. We're going to need a metal processor. Just one should be enough. And a bioplastic processor. Done. Now, for bioplastic, we need starch. So that means we need to get some of these things. Let's see, fast production, high maintenance. That generally means it will produce more starch, or at least it should. Rice. Let's check the recipes. What do we want? Where's the meal maker? Resources, base management, where was that? Structures? No. I think that was components. Yeah, components. Let's have a look. What would be better? I think the game is paused while we're looking at this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Well, mushrooms would be useful with rice. Rice... what else? Peas. Right, let's get those. Alright, sounds good. Doesn't really matter where exactly we're going to place them, I don't think so. And speed up to actually finish building that. Check our power and oxygen. And water seems to be fine. Alright. We have the mine. We have the processing plant, we have food. We have a dorm. So hopefully we aren't going to die terrible deaths on the first few days. Now we can look into some more advanced stuff. What do we want? Sick bay. I don't think we need that just yet. But we can get a base pad. We are going to need that. Just one size? I thought there's a bigger one available. I guess not. What else can we build? Landing pad. Oh yeah, I was thinking about a landing pad actually. Just one size, but we are going to build a landing pad. Probably next to the airlock. Like so. We can actually connect it with all of these things. I don't know every single structure here. As I said, this is my first proper game. I only played through the tutorial, which only really shows the basics. Water tank, solar panel, yeah, we already have that. We already have the mine. An epic and totally pointless symbol of achievement. Yeah, let's not waste resources for that. Alright, lab. Facility to produce medical supplies and also to grow synthetic meat. I don't think we need that just yet. Storage is something we do need, if I were to guess. So let's grab storage. Somewhere to the side. Can it have more than one connection? Yes, it can. Alright then. We probably want that somewhere to this side anyway. So here, for example. Seems reasonable. And yeah, power. The power collector should be fine. Yeah, it's going down very, very slowly. And the wind turbine is actually running. So we are fine on power, but it's really damn easy to run out of power. You really have to keep an eye on this. It can surprise you. And that's the quickest way to die. Run out of power. When you least expect it. We got the landing pad. And landing permissions, right, I'm not familiar with that part. The landing permissions panel allows you to control what ships are allowed to land in your base. We can get colonists. I'm not quite sure if we are ready for that. We can get traders or visitors. Controls what kind of new colonies you will be accepting in the base. Okay. So where exactly can we look at that? Not quick save. Base management. Milestones, text, landing permissions. So F5. Can we afford to accept new colonists? We only have 7. I suppose we can. So these are our current specializations. We only have 1 engineer. We probably want more engineers then. We got 3 workers. Let's bring that down to 20%. And 1 medic. So 30% for these. We don't need guards just yet. Yeah, this seems reasonable. Seems fine to me. Reset to defaults? No, let's not do that. Maybe we should start thinking about building more generators already. If we want to expand the base, we are obviously going to need more power. We can build one more wind turbine, why not? I don't think we have too many resources left. Right, let's just build one more wind turbine. We could build a bigger one. And here's the first ship. We can connect it through here. Alright, let's build a medium one and connect it to the power collector. Colonist ship. Well, we just got new colonists. Biologist. Where do we check that? Right here. We got a new engineer and a new biologist. And we reached the second milestone, expansion. You managed to get new colonists to arrive at your base. Great success! Now they need to actually survive and not die terrible deaths. Which I can't quite guarantee. Yeah, what's going on with the oxygen? Did it run out of power? I don't think so, we have enough power stored. Anyway, I think this is a good moment to make a cut, so I'm going to finish this episode here and continue in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.